like I said, I don't know what to call this segment. I want to call it listener questions. I want to call it fan questions. I'll just call it submitted questions. So the submitted questions of the week this week. The first one to start with is from at GG Talk Sports on Instagram. Make sure to go check them out. They have a dope podcast. They bring in dope interviews every single week. Great takes on stuff. Enjoy their stuff. Enjoy their posts on YouTube, everything like that. Great page. Really like them. So make sure to go check them out at GG Talk Sports. But their question for me was, how do you feel about the Lou Williams situation? And it's not one that I, was going to talk about because I don't view it as that of a big, I don't view it as of a big deal as it got. And it's not because I take the virus lightly or anything like that, but that is partly because, the man just wanted some wings. He had to go to a family emergency. I think it was a funeral thing like that. I believe him. They went to just go get wings, and I assume he probably just had to walk in to get the wings. Jack Harlow saw it was Lou Will. He said, "Oh, it's Lou Will. Let me get a picture with Lou Will." And bonehead decision to even post it by Harlow, but things happen. Lou Will's getting quarantined for 10 days, so it doesn't matter. It's a funny situation though, but hey, them chicken wings better be dang good. That's all I gotta say. And I bet you they are. But them things better be good. It's cool that he has his name. The wing thing, it's too easy for me to believe because he's got a wing on the menu that's named after him. So it's too easy for me to believe that he's not lying. And I really didn't plan on talking about it, but hey, thank you for the question. I really appreciate it. It is a hilarious situation, I think, but some people don't think so. Some people are real serious about it. I don't know what your guys' take is on it. I can't wait to hear it, but yeah. So the next question I have was submitted by at jd.greer. Brother, I just want to let you know I really appreciate your support. I want to thank you for following me. It means a lot. I appreciate everybody's support. When I put stuff up like this and you submit a question, you the man. You know that. But he asked me, how do I feel about the Madden 21 ratings? And I honestly think that the dude that did the Madden 21 ratings this year was on crack. I'm pretty sure he walked into that building, ripped a line of coke, and said, let's see what we can get done as fast as possible. Who cares about how good these players actually were? Let's just give them crazy ratings, like give J.J. Watt, who hasn't been healthy. He's been good, but he hasn't been healthy in years. At 98, let's give his brother, who was a possible Defensive Player of the Year candidate, at 86. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I understand they wanted to make the ratings gap much larger, but to give a guy like Kyler Murray, at a 77, he's the 21st rated quarterback in Madden. That's a joke right there. He's not the... You mean to tell me that there's 21 quarterbacks in the NFL better than him according to Madden? Get out of town, buddy. Get out of town. It's a lie. That dude was... The people in charge of it this year, I honestly don't play Madden all that much. Mainly because I think the game itself has gone downhill. Sorry, notification on my phone there, but I think the game has gone downhill massively over the years, so I don't really play it, but I think the ratings this year were an absolute joke, so there's that. The next question was submitted by my brother at JT30Barnes. Nobody supports me like my brother does. I love him to death. We were supposed to run this my Instagram page at BB Sports Media together, but some things happen. It's actually BB Sports stands for Barnes Brothers Sports, and I actually didn't come up with the name. I just thought BB was kind of cool just because I was looking for a name, and then someone asked me, does that stand for Barnes Brothers Sports? And I was like, yeah, it does. So, but I appreciate you, brother. You mean so much to me. You're my guy. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your continued support. I know you're going to keep pushing me to do my best, and I'm going to keep pushing you to do your best in what you do, so I appreciate and love you, bro. But my brother asked me, he said, do you believe high school sports have a better chance of playing than the NCAA? And that's an interesting question, but it's actually a topic of conversation that we had the other day. And I wasn't sure about it then, and I'm still not really sure about it now. Mainly because a couple of days ago the ACC hadn't released what their plans were, and now it seems like college football has a real chance of happening at some of the bigger universities, but the smaller universities, no. Now the high school level is interesting because it's going to, rely on what the state deems is safe, and we live in Pennsylvania, me and my brother, so the PIAA, which is I guess you could say, they run high school athletics in Pennsylvania. They voted that they are going to go through with fall sports, specifically football, and it's going to happen, but it's going to be up to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania whether it actually does. To them, they view it as it's okay, it will happen, but the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania will have the final say, and that's big right there. It's going to really depend on the state government and things like that. They're going to come in and they're going to decide whether high school sports are going to happen. But I'm honestly not 100% sure on that, to be completely honest with you. It's an interesting and great question, but honestly, I'm not sure. I think because of what the ACC is doing, I think there is a real shot we're going to get college football. And probably a week and a half ago to 2 weeks ago, I didn't think that was going to happen, and I'm excited. I want to see high school sports happen, mainly because, and this is more like me answering my brother's question and speaking to him, I want to see you ball out this year, bro. I'm excited to watch you. So I'm excited to watch other guys too, but I'm excited to watch you and your team and see what y'all got this year. And yeah, bro, I just want to thank you for the question. It means a lot. So my next question is at Tuned On Sports on Instagram. Great content. Go check them out. Some good hot takes, some things like that. Check out their website. I really appreciate their support. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the question. They asked me Nick Bosa contract prediction. And when I first read it, for some reason, that's when the Joey Bosa news broke, so they asked that question. And the only thing that was clicking in my head was, okay, I kept reading Joey for some reason when it clearly said Nick, and I felt like an idiot. So I texted them, I said, what do you mean by this? And they said, oh, what do you think Nick Bosa's contract's going to be? And then it clicked in my head, oh, they're asking about Nick. Oh, man. I'll tell you what I think, his contract's going to be wildly massive, mainly because he is he proved this year, he ranked in the NFL's top 100, I think inside the top 20. He ranked above TJ Watt, and he was a rookie. He was a dominant presence as a rookie. And he's got 4 more years left on his contract with a 5th-year option. And I assume he'll get a contract extension within probably 3 years from now, probably before he gets into his 5th-year option. He'll get a contract extension. And considering the salary cap may go yodely up, it may explode upwards. We might see the salary cap go from, I don't know what it is now, but we may see it go boom, 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 really fast with the new CBA. So his contract's going to be massive. I would guess that Nick Bosa's contract's going to be over what Joey's entire contract is right now with just guaranteed money. I think he was $137 million, and that's not all the guarantees. I would say that Nick, I could set the bar for him at $140 million guaranteed if the salary cap continues to go up, because edge rushers, linemen, and quarterbacks are the 3 most important things. Well, just not really edge rushers. Pass rushers, linemen, and quarterbacks are the 3 most important thing in football. And you need all 3 of those to win. You need all the other 11 guys, but specifically you're going to need a good offensive line, you're going to need a good pass rush, and you're going to need a good quarterback if you want to win. So, yeah, that's key. And my last question was from Valid Davion. I hope I said that right. At Valid Davion _. Jesus. Valid Davion _ on Instagram. Bro, I talk to you all the time. You're super chill. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the follow. And he asked me, what do I think of Davante Adams coming in at 37 on the NFL's top 100 list? And when I read that question, I was like, does he mean that as disrespectful to Davante Adams, or does he mean that as Davante Adams ranked too low? So I'm going to take it as this. Davante Adams is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Hands down. He's a great fantasy weapon, mainly because I had him in fantasy for a couple years, so I know that he gets numbers. He gets good numbers. I believe he is severely underrated in the NFL. People don't give him enough credit. And if he would have been fully healthy last year, I would probably say he'd be within the top. I would say there was a chance he would have cracked the top 25. Like, he is that good of a wide receiver, honestly. I don't know how many wide receivers there are inside the top 25, but I could have honestly seen him in the top 25 because after Julio, Michael Thomas, and Hopkins, it's probably Adams right now in the NFL, and like that's just what it is. So I think 37 was a good place for him because he was injured last year and things like that. But if he would have played, he would have been higher. And 37 is a little disrespectful to the player he is, but there's so many players in the NFL. I mean, that NFL Top 100 list, like Bakhtiari was in the 70s. Bakhtiari was one of the best tackles last year in the NFL. So I wasn't really a huge fan of the list this year. The top 5 blew me away with Lamar Jackson at 1, Russell Wilson at 2, Aaron Donald at 3, and Patrick Mahomes at 4. I was blown away by that. I mean, blown away. I mean, I know Lamar Jackson is an absolute cheat code, but the fact that Russell Wilson was ranked higher than Patrick Mahomes was something that I was like, whoa. Maybe we need to reevaluate. I mean, but yeah, that top 100 this year was shockingly scary to me. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch any of it this year. I don't know if they put it on a show or not, but I didn't watch any of it. I used to like watching it, but I got kind of bored with watching it now. So yeah. But that's pretty much all I have for today. The only other thing I want to say is I just recently ordered something offline, and that's called the Backyard Chip. Now, this is not a sponsored ad whatsoever. I just want to tell you guys about it mainly because I played with it once. I thought it was a fun time, and I was like, man, this thing is very cool. I was like, what is that? And he told me it was a Backyard Chip, and then I saw like all the ads for it. I saw it on TikTok. Like, I was like, oh, this thing, like the dude that's advertising it is advertising it so well. And so I bought it. I contacted them. I was like, yo, I really love your product. I would like to know if I could get sponsored. That didn't happen, but they said, well, if you ordered a chip, correct? I said, yes, I did. He said, would you like a promo code? So he gave me a promo code, and honestly, this thing right here, the Backyard Chip, it felt like throwing a Frisbee. It felt like playing with a baseball in the backyard. It was a good time. I honestly was slowly getting addicted to it the more I threw it. I was getting better as I threw it, so it was really cool to see that progress. I love playing with it. I just dropped it. But you get it, the Backyard Chip. If you go to thebackyardathlete.com, order anything off their website, and use promo code BB, you can get 15% off. And, the more that my code is used, the more it's going to help me, and the bigger chance that I could actually get sponsored by them. So, like, if you do want to order something off thebackyardathlete.com, make sure to use promo code BB for 15% off. And it's going to help me. It's going to help you. It's going to help them. So I appreciate you guys, though. And definitely check that out because it is a very cool product. They didn't sponsor that at all. It's not paid. I just want to tell that to you guys because I enjoyed it so much. It's going to be... I'm off work on Friday, and I'm off work on Monday. I'm definitely going to get a group of guys together. A small group of people together. And we're going to toss that thing around. And we're going to socially distance safely. I promise that. But... yeah, it's something that I'm going to do because it's just the thing is so fun to mess around with. Me and my brother were throwing into the backyard. He was trying to cook chicken, and we threw it around for like 20 minutes before I came in and started working on some things, and he was watching film and then watching some TV and stuff like that. But it was a very good time. Definitely go get yourself one if you don't have one. It's very cheap. It's like $7 right now, and I mean with the shipping, even with the shipping, and the chip, if you use my promo code, you can get it for under 10. So, not a bad deal for something that is a pretty high quality product and pretty fun to mess around with. I mean, you could toss it around indoors, you could toss it around outdoors. I really liked it, so definitely check it out.